Hi, I'm Lisa Barton with the Lisa Barton team. E-Town, Nocatee, Pablo Creek Reserve. These are all very popular neighborhoods in Northeast Florida. Have you ever wondered why? Have you ever wondered who the developer is? The Parc Group is the award-winning developer behind these communities. Today we're going to be talking to Rick Ray, who's the president and CEO of the Parc Group. Let's get started.
We've been developers in Northeast Florida now for over 30 years. We started Nocatee in the late 1990s, broke ground in 2005, and since then we've really focused our attention on larger master plan communities, heavily branded master plan communities, but we've been around for about 30 years now.
One of the things that I notice as a real estate agent that's very different about the Parc Group's communities is the green spaces. What's kind of the motivation behind that?
The first thing we do is start by saying we're preserving and protecting the areas that are already environmentally sensitive. So you start with that as a given. Beyond that, it depends on what the brand is for the community. Our brand for this community included the environmental protection and environmental sensitivity. So we immediately, right off the bat, started looking at other areas of land that were not already environmentally sensitive that we thought would add to that overall protection for the benefit of the overall community. For example, we took 3.5 miles on the Intercoastal Waterway. It's called now the Nocatee Preserve. We protected it, we donated it to the county, and it's a protected area.
So let's go back to 2008 when the community was just getting started and the recession hit. How did you all keep the faith and continue to invest in this community when the economic future was so uncertain?
We broke ground in 2005. Our very first neighborhood was probably in late 2006. And we were in major investment mode at the time. And at that time, that was probably a $100 million project just for the first phase. And so when we then hit the recession, first thing that happened for us is all the new home sales just came to a halt. And with no new home sales, you have no new residents. And with no residents, you don't have retail, you don't have office, everything really came to a halt. But for us, this is a long-term, when you're doing a community of this size, it takes decades to start it. And all you have is your reputation and your credibility. We had one opportunity to protect the vision that we had been sharing with the community for all that time. And it was then. And we recognized that if we did not fulfill our vision in the first phase, we wouldn't have the credibility to be able to sell our vision in the second, third, and fourth phase. And so for us, it was a very easy decision.
Nocatee is bigger, but has a similar feel to E-Town, one of your newer communities. And that vision is kind of the E-Town being ease of living or kind of tech savvy, electronically savvy. How do you keep up with how rapidly technology is changing?
When you look at the location of E-Town, it's very close to town center. We started then seeking out the builders that shared the vision, and we actually asked them what their thoughts and their ideas and concepts were for technology as we were moving forward. And one of the builders that we did choose and select to put in E-Town is the only builder in this area that will offer a net zero home for people that choose to be off the grid. You can go in that one community in Kettering in E-Town and you can buy a home that has, you can put your solar panels, your battery pack in the garage, and you could be completely off the grid.
So that vision is so different from Nocatee. Just the creativity that you guys have is fascinating to me.
I live here in Nocatee, and when I drive through this community, I want to feel the brand. Everything from the landscaping that you do see to the amenities, the parks, and to see that 98% of the people in our surveys say they would recommend Nocatee to their family and friends, and that the #1 reason they're here is because of the Nocatee lifestyle. That gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Thank you to Rick Ray and the Parc Group. We'll be sure to watch the Parc Group's next ventures in the Jacksonville area as the housing demand continues to grow. If you have any questions about E-Town, Nocatee, Pablo Creek Reserve, or any other community in Northeast Florida, please feel free to reach out to the Lisa Barton team at www.lisasellspontevedra.com.